Have I been doing all that talking and not actually streaming? Oh gosh, wouldn't that just be the best if I did this whole intro and everything, and then only now hit the streaming button? Well, good news. This has been recording somewhere this whole time. Oh, streaming is hard. Welcome to Don's Unboxing. If you haven't heard anything I've done so far, I'll cut to the point. We're opening Metallica Premium. Yesterday was completely terrible. I'll recount the entire experience on a recorded podcast. Well, Monica, thanks for the heads up so I didn't unbox this entire thing without knowing that I'm on here. What's up, Jeremy? Okay. So for the last, I don't know, 30 minutes, were you guys able to hear any audio at least? I need a social media manager is what I need. All right. I don't know how to go back and explain everything that I already did. All right, so here's the gist. Metallica Premium's in the box. It's getting made over for a customer to look as close to an LE as we can get, short of spending $18,000 on the used market. $96.99 is currently the MSRP for this game. And with some modest additions, we're gonna make this thing freaking sing. And I would like to do a video series about the whole process so other people that would like to make over their games, which I think you should if you're into it, can go ahead and do that. So currently I've got cab custom armor for the Metallica Premium over at the powder coater at Point Coating, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, my powder coater of choice. They know pinball and they've worked with me on a lot of projects. We'll be doing lockdown bars, we'll be doing the coin doors and speaker panels, things which get ignored by most of the manufacturers, except for Spooky Pinball. They've figured it out. And I want to do some live stream videos on how to break down a speaker panel, how to break down a coin door and reassemble it. It's a bit daunting at first. There's a lot of moving parts, there's wires, but it is totally doable. And I think that the results are really worth it. You know, getting everything to match and not have that black wrinkle powder coat that comes from the factory, like on these legs I just took out of that box. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, fantastic. All right. So let me just go through this because I think this was a good point and I've only just become aware of it. All right, Metallica Premium's there. You didn't even see this part. Oh my God, I had everything all set up. I'm so lame, you guys. I hope I get the Twippy for lamest podcaster. Or at least lamest streamer. All right, well, I went through the trouble of doing this whole thing, so imagine that this was fun and fantastic. All right, so I finally figured out, after long last, how to open a pinball box the way that I like it. I like to reuse these boxes for shipping. This one's for sure going to a customer. This machine's not getting bolted here. So I'll be making the entire thing over and covering it in hopefully a series of live streams that go better than this. And then we'll get that out. So what I've decided to do is on the side of the box that says truck this side, cut the bottom, cut the sides, but don't cut it along the top there. Cut it along the sides on the top as well so that the front panel and the top of the box all stay intact. And then you just fold the entire thing back, and then when it's time to ship the game again, it's very easy to just stand it up, put it right back in the box, flip the flap down, and tape everything up. All right, it'll be totally secured. You can even shrink wrap it afterwards if you want, but that's a much better way to protect a game if you're shipping it again on a pallet like I do. Boom. Should I recap? All right, chat, do you want to hear the story of what happened at the rest stop to me yesterday? Because I'll go through the whole thing again because it's funny and it's stupid. And it makes me look dumb. And especially since Kineticist is here. Here's what had happened. Here's what had happened. I got the call at around 10:30, 11 in the morning that this game was ready in Chicago to be picked up from the warehouse. That's a 3-hour drive for me. So if I left, I was able to get to the warehouse at 3 p.m. I had another appointment with a pinball manufacturer in the greater Chicago region to get my hands on something I really wanted to get my hands on. And so it was all gonna work out perfectly. So I decided to pass the time in the car to listen to the Wormhole podcast interview with Colin from the Kineticist, where they were revealing that the TWIPY Pinball Community Awards were coming back February 22nd at Wormhole in Houston, Texas. Boom, I could pop down to Houston, maybe swing by Barrels, that'll be a fun time. And they announced that they were gonna have tickets for the live audience, and they were only gonna have 40. And so I thought, first off, am I off work February 22nd? I don't know. And then, are tickets still available if there's only 40 of them? So rather than pull my phone out on the interstate, scroll through my schedule, very dangerous, I decided, you know what, I just got to Illinois, boom, I'm gonna pop off at this rest stop. I'm gonna throw some trash away real quick, jump on my phone, we'll figure out if there are tickets, if I'm off, if yes, fine, if no, fine. Either way, 5 minutes or less, we're back on the interstate, man. We're not losing any time. We're all good, man. It's all good. So I had taken my jacket off because it was in the car, and my keys were in the jacket. I threw it on the seat next to me when I was driving. I pop out the car, I got a Ford. You just hit the buttons on the door, locks real quick. I'm heading on in to throw stuff away. I take 2 steps and realize, key check. I got this t-shirt on. I've got my cell phone, which has about 20% battery left. And that's all I got. And it's 26, 28 degrees out, northern Illinois, side of the interstate. Truck is nice and locked. and I'm locked out. Now it's a Ford. It's got a code that you can touch on the panel to get in. And for my previous F-150, that's what I would do. I left the keys in there all the time because you just put the code in. This truck is brand new. I've had it less than a month. And so I haven't gone in and got the code yet. So that wasn't a way to get in. There's an app you can use and you can unlock the car on the app. But when I had bought the car for that first week, the app was unable to register. It was having problems. Check again later, right? It wasn't working. So I hadn't quite got through in the app yet. You see where this is going. I can't use the app. I can't use the code. I called the dealership and they don't supply them with the master codes anymore because it's all in the software now, you see. It's all in the software. So I opened the app, put the VIN number in, registered the truck, it recognized me, but I had to start the car in order to finalize it. And I couldn't do that, right? Thank God the car wasn't running. So what do you do? What do you do? I called the insurance company. I had roadside assistance, right? And they were like, fine, somebody will be there in 40 to 75 minutes, okay? And I said, all right, I'll be able to get to the warehouse at 4 o'clock, still be able to make my appointment before 5. This will still work out. It's a bit of a bummer. I did it to myself, whatever. 40 minutes goes by, 75 minutes goes by. The app that I'm using to track the tow truck guy says that they're there, but ain't nobody there. So they call me, the insurance company does. They say, okay, well, they said that it's gonna be another 20 minutes. Okay, fine. It was gonna be another 20 minutes for at least another hour. Just 20 minutes went by, they're 20 minutes away. And then finally it was like, I guess they're not showing up. Getting dark at this point, right? There's no way I'm making it to any of my appointments. So I tried to reschedule all those. They find another company for me, but of course that resets the clock, okay? 45 to 90 minutes, whatever. I'm hanging out at this freaking rest stop. David Slaymaker got off work. It turns out I'm right next to like where his parents' farm is or something. He comes over and he brings me a Rockstar energy drink. I'm stuck inside this rest stop because it's freezing cold outside, and I've got this. I didn't even have my beanie, man. I got messed up hair. I got a cell phone that's with a battery that's incredibly dwindling. Oh God. Yeah, exactly. I've had cars before where I've tried to lock the keys in there, and the cars are smarter than us, and they beep, and they're like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And then, but no, not with this one. Done. I called the dealership, and he's like, "Oh no!" Like there's nothing they could do. Oh my God. So finally, tow truck shows up. I was at this rest stop for 3 hours and 15 minutes. Guy came in. Of course, he popped the door in 5 minutes or less. It was great. Super cool guy. I'm glad he came. I knew it was going to take some time, but like, I totally got screwed. I was able to call the warehouse manager. He swung by on his way home, opened the warehouse for me. I was able to grab the game, make it home after 10 p.m. Oh my God. All because of the TWIPYs, which I did manage to get a ticket for, and I am off work on February 22nd. But at this point, I don't even know if I want to go anymore. Maybe I'll just flip my TWIPY ticket. No. So what crap happens, man. It's just the most disappointing thing, other than wasting a huge chunk of my day at a rest stop, was that I wasn't able to make it to the pinball manufacturer that I wanted to, because I have so many pending questions and I would have answered so many of them. But I could reschedule it. Maybe Monday I can make the trek back in. I don't know. Metallica Premium. Let's open it up and make it over. And then Twippies are happening. And I think that's a cool thing. Seems like there's a ton of categories. Can we add a category for most star-crossed content creator? Because I think I would win that one. My God. All right. Look at this handsome guy. All right, so cut the front, cut the top. A little bit of a fold. The whole thing comes back. You've got access to the game, and the box is still pretty much intact. Here's what the legs look like if you haven't seen pinball legs fresh out the box before. They come protected in these. I'll reuse these for shipping. When these get powder coated, the color we've chosen, we're going minimalist, but we're going bold. We're going to take this wrinkle powder coat off, and we're going to do a nice glossy black, right? What I try to do when I can is match the LE that Stern does. Although Stern seems to take kind of single coat powder coats, you know, the lollipop grape for X-Men. It looks good. I like the Illusion powder coats that have like this depth, but it's a two-step process. So I don't think Stern does that because it just is extra work. There's an extra expense. I think the powder coats that they use are good enough. But if you want like a nice metal flake or like that deep iridescence, you got to go for the powders that instead of being $12.95 a pound or $25 a pound of filament powder will do an entire game. So I guess in order to save $12, they go with the single coats. I mean, you know, you're making 5,000 games, that money adds up, you know. But we're going to do a black with gloss, a high gloss black. So the thing is just going to shine. You're going to see it from a distance and like the light is going to play off of it. I did the same color on my Star Wars, and the whole thing looks like you're on a Star Destroyer because it's like that glossy black. I love it. I give myself about an inch in the front and then enough in the back to give myself a 6.5 play-filled tilt for the legs. I have carpet, so in order to get my pinball cart underneath, I need a little bit of height. So I just raise them up a bit. And then if you put these legs on the ground, measure them against each other, you'll make sure they match. Then you don't have to worry about leveling side to side. Little tip from me to you. There should be one more leg somewhere. So that was my day yesterday. It would have answered a lot of questions if I could have gotten this factory. Questions that will still be answered. It's just going to take me a little bit longer. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, Twippy's back. That's cool. And, you know, I've been wanting to go to Wormhole anyway. Houston's kind of out of the way, but this gives me an excuse. Houston does have one of the best public skate parks in the country. You know, I'm gonna say it's definitely top 5, and you could even say it's the greatest one. All right, legs are ready and prepped. Let's effing go. All right, Metallica. Whoop, whoop. So, oh God, the art on the premium is so good. The art on the LE is good too. The art on the premium is good. Tomorrow, programming update. I've got, in addition to the powder coated armor, we're doing Metallica LE Translite for this build. And we'll see how that looks. I do have an extra Metallica limited edition Translite that I'm gonna give away as our monthly Patreon giveaway. Let's do that tomorrow. That way you can get there by the holidays and we won't do it on the 15th of the month because I probably will be out of town. Do you guys care about this stuff, this ephemera, this papers that come attached to the games? This is just talking about the lockdown bar and that its latches. They've been doing this for like 10 years now, but they still put these in there. I guess it's good. If you've never done a machine before, this tells you everything you need to know to set it up. I just throw these back in there when I ship the games. Some people like that stuff. All right, Stern does something cool. They put the bolts in the game, which makes it easy to access. If you're gonna do this, be careful using power tools, because you can strip or cross thread these in. I'm careful when I do it, and I do have a tap and die set, so if I do cross thread something, I can uncross thread it. All right, but if you throw the legs on, you can just stand this thing right up out of the box. To those of you just joining us, welcome aboard. My plan for today is to get Metallica here set up, and then I'm going to get the shaker, knocker, and I don't have the expression lights yet, but I do have Pin Stadium Neo X Concert Edition something or others. Basically, it was Pin Stadium's product that they made to go in the expression light slot of games. I had purchased it, as soon as it was released, I ordered it, which I think was August 2022. It took about 9 to 12 months for them to actually arrive. And then by the time they did arrive, the Foo Fighters game that I had bought them for was already sold and gone. So they've been sitting in my closet, waiting for a game that had expression lights available, but not included. And so this is the first game that I've gotten that fits that criteria. So I think I'm going to try them out, these Neo Concert Stadium whatevers, and we'll see how they look. Hopefully they work all right with this game too. All right, I'm just snugging these in with the power wrench here, power ratchet. I'll tighten them again by hand later. All right, move that bus. This green strap has half of a twist in it. Sloppy, sloppy. Walk it out, walk it out. All right. That's what the half of Metallica Premium looks like here. Oh, dude. I just realized, like, this game is freaking phenomenal, and I get to play it for the rest of the day. What a cool Saturday this is going to be. Dude, the LE art looks great. The premium art looks just as good. It's so good. And typically I redo T-moldings, but both the LE and the premium have this chrome T-molding. I'll be leaving it here, but I will do a live stream on T-molding installation. It's simple, but you know, there's a couple of tricks to it, and I think that'll help people out. I think for $20, it's a pretty easy modification to your machine to change the look. Especially if you're changing the powder coat and then you want to switch things up. It's cool to do. I mean, yeah, Colin, yeah, any reason to go to the wormhole, I'm down with, man. Also, Texas, the food is incredible. Assuming your floor is level. Yes, Russ, good point. God, this game is just amazing. All right, this is like the heavy lifting part. That's literally heavy lifting. I just use these arcade one-up stools because I have them down here, but really anything will work. Look at Sparky, his head's attached. It makes me happy. Ugh. All right, that on there. Okay, let's give her legs, homie. All right, shout out to anybody in the Wisconsin region. You want to come by and play Metallica today? We're playing Metallica. Oh, I gotta text my boy Joe and see if he wants to come by. We got X-Men's, we got Metallica's. Russ, if you want to come play it, come by and play it. Russ is my operator, homie. I was over at my other buddy Ed's house yesterday too. Also operates in the region, so District 1, Arcade and Brewery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Check it out. I think they'll be having a release party for X-Men, or for Metallica maybe. I don't know, Russ, did you guys get one? Fuck, dude, the art is so good. The art is so good. All right, so let's do a little bit of a Dawn extravaganza here. All right, so Metallica's accessories went up in price, right? $1,000 for the topper, which is probably a $650 topper. The armor is $400. The expression lights are $600. For the cabinet, $200 for the back box. That's $800 total to get the lighting effect you need to get. That's like the one mod you need to have for this game. Because the lights are cool. But the armor for $400. Cab Custom has laser cut armor that I'm getting powder coated. You put some reflective fabric behind it and like it pops. For 140 euros, plus a little bit shipping, is a fair price. So Stern is gonna wanna go for a price increase in the pinball machines. We're all expecting that in January and we're gonna hate it. And it's probably gonna affect our purchasing trends. I think in lieu of a price increase for Metallica here, they went ahead and did a big price increase for the accessories, trying to recoup it on that end. Accessories have to have a huge margin, okay? Because cutting armor is out of sheet metal, inexpensive. Getting it painted like they do, it can't be all that much. So there's gotta be like a 75% margin on the armor. Shooter rods, they're resin with a $5 metal rod in them, and that's my retail price. So I think all the margins are probably in the accessories. The armor looks great though, man. They did do a great job carrying the art over to the armor that they sell. But looking at this with like the skeleton arms with the horns that I'm getting from Cab Custom, it's gonna be awesome. All right, let's let her down. Man, you cannot do this with a Dutch pinball game. They weigh like an extra 150 pounds. All right, I guess we should raise her up. Let's make sure the camera's centered on it so we capture this moment. There we go. Wait, we want to get the top. So let's go there. All right, you guys ready? We're borrowing Metallica to do a launch party. Didn't buy one yet. All the slots are full. Nothing is selling. Isn't that the way? Isn't that the way? My basement was clean. All right, let's pop the strap. Let's raise her up. How to rock this game, dude. Metallica Premium. It's fire! Whew, it looks good. This game will be going to One Up Lounge in Bellingham, Washington. Same place that bought my Jaws build that I had done. I think I got to get a start button going for this game. I do have a shooter rod already. Oh, this is great, man. If today goes the way I think it is, I'm going to be able to replicate the lighted shooter rod for the Stern games. Which would just be so much fun. All right, Mangs. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd these keys come from then? These are the Xbox keys, but oh. I think I grabbed the keys and then I had this in my hand still. I thought they came from that. I'm stupid. Oh, you little speakers, isn't that cute? You're not staying very long. The pin woofers are going in today. Yeah, so Metallica Premium Translite. It's all right. It's all right. Let me show you what I got. Let's see, is this aesthetic here? Is that aesthetic? Without the, I get it without the glare on it. I'm just wondering if we like, whoa, get in there, man, what are you doing? There we go. Do we like this look with this game? Yeah, dude, okay. Like the green art on the side doesn't match this, but the playfield does. The apron, the playfield itself goes great with this. This goes with the side art and the art on the front, but the rest of the playfield really plays up, really has a lot with this, okay? So I'm gonna throw this in there and then we'll go from there. Yeah, everything's connected. There's not much in here really to even check. All right, that looks fine. That looks fine. Let's open the, let's see what's in here. Oh, pull the cotter pin. I feel like I'm pulling a grenade every time I get a new game and do that. Only time the cotter pin gets used is then, is just for shipping. Okay, so here we go. Absolutely Spartan. You think they could throw something cool in here? So power cord, 6 balls, the little dongle for the tilt guy. There's like nothing in this cash box. And then these are the bolts for the back box to bolt it on so it doesn't move around. That's all you get. That's all you get. There'll probably be a goodie bag in here. Let's go see what kind of goodie bag nonsense we have. All right, see the game okay? Kinda. Tell you what we could do. "72 seasons of Metallica." Jason Grindle sells these lift carts. Maybe I can bring it over under the camera, huh? What do you think? Good idea? Best idea? Hardwired to self-destruct. Oh, she's tight. Some tight glass. Invisiglass would be another good investment, but that would cost extra for this build. All right, well, here we go. Remove cable tie and foam before operating the game. Thank you, paper. I'll set this on over here. It looks like Sparky has some foam on him. Ooh, gosh. The Metallica letters in the back have that iridescent sparkle to them. I think that might be the only foam. This game, of course, doesn't have leapers or anything. The hammer's hollow underneath with a light in it. Death magnetic. Dude. 2 spinners. This was the best game at Expo, man. All right, let's see if we can peek under the hood here. Oh, there we go. Spartan. Okay, you're getting a bigger subwoofer for sure. Bigger sub will be going in. We got 2 extra sling plastics. And there's some other plastic in there. Oh, outlaying plastics. We'll need some plastic protectors. You get a sticker, a Metallica sticker here, that may be for the coin door. And they are including an instruction manual and a guide to where all the node boards are. Nothing, man, nothing. All right, I'm gonna start getting this made over. Today the plan is to add the Neo X Edition concert whatever lights, just so I can see how they look while I'm waiting on the official expression system. This needs a shaker motor, which will be going in, a knocker will be going in, and then we'll switch out the trans light. You guys seen how to redo trans lights? It's pretty easy. Everything just slips off. The trans light's taped to the glass. You put the new one in, tape it up, put it in, boom. I'll go do that right now. And then I need to go print up a shooter rod for this game. And I'm gonna see if I can plug in the lighting system to make sure that the lights are going for this game as well. All right, guys. Metallica, premium, unboxed. What do you think? No cash. I own a Road Case Premium. Right. Gosh, man. This would have been the game to sell if you had one of the older ones and buy this one. Game's loaded. I can't wait to play it. I'm going to play this. I'm going to get right to work on it. And then my plan for completion is in February. So I'll see if I can do some live streams on how to break down the coin door, how to break down the speaker panel. Just so I could show people like what mistakes I made learning how to do it. And then we'll show off how it looks after that. And then February it'll be going out to Bellingham, Washington. And with any luck, I could also be out there as well again. And we could do like a party out in Bellingham. Always a fun time coming out to Washington. I think I have enough information to get a nice podcast going later today, so we'll do that. But thanks for joining on the live stream unboxing of Metallica Premium. I'm going to go to work on it. More to come as I know it. Any final concerns, questions? I am getting better at doing streams. Maybe we'll do a gameplay stream a little bit later once it's working. And tell you what, if the Pin Stadium lights that I got work well, or if they work at all, we'll do a live stream maybe later today about the gameplay and how it's working. All right? Cool. Jeremy, thanks for hanging out, man. And then I know yesterday was fraught with difficulties, but it looks like I may be going to the Twippies in Houston. It'll be super cool. Hang out with Jamie down there. See the wormhole. See Jamie's wormhole in Houston. Like and subscribe, donspinballpodcast@gmail.com. Discord, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere, man. And then tomorrow we'll give away one of these Metallica trans lights because I'm just such a giver. I'm such a giver. All right, later, guys.